Hello again, Clinton on YouTube here. We're taking a break from the PvP video to talk more about vendors, factions, and faction reputation. Now, this is more of a video for new players. I myself have a friend who just picked up Destiny a little over a week ago, and he was asking me about, well, how does he progress once he gets to level 20? You know, when he goes to the vendors in the tower, why can't he buy anything that looks good, right? And it all comes down to knowing about a couple of different systems, and once you know that, you're off to the races. So the thing to really keep in mind is that there are a bunch of different currencies in Destiny, and it can be confusing at first, but you know, I can go into a whole discussion of why there are so many different currencies, but for the sake of this video, we want to look at the marks. And there are two types of marks in Destiny. There are Vanguard marks and there are Crucible marks. And the easy way to think about this is Vanguard marks are earned from doing PvE activities. So we're talking about story missions, talking about strikes, patrols, turning in Vanguard bounties, which are the gray silver ones that you pick up from the bounty tracker. And Crucible marks are earned by playing the Crucible PvP modes, and that is pretty self-explanatory. So I was just visiting with one of the vendors in the tower. I will talk more about what type of vendor he is in a bit, but that guy was only accepting Crucible marks. Alright, so those are your two main currencies. For the sake of this discussion. Now, aside from the marks, you also have to have a certain level of reputation with all of the vendors. And again, the reputation is divided into two main categories. There is your Vanguard reputation and your Crucible reputation. And again, Vanguard reputation is earned by doing PvE activities, and Crucible reputation is earned by doing PvP. And here we're looking we're visiting Lord Shaxx. He's the Crucible handler, and he only takes Crucible marks, so you have to be playing PvP to earn these marks. And also, in order to buy any of his items, you have to have rank 2 in your Crucible reputation. Alright, so we're visiting with the Crucible Quartermaster now. Again, you need Crucible marks, and you have to get up your Crucible reputation to, in this case, he's looking for rank 3 in your Crucible reputation. And for me anyway, this was a very different system from other RPGs. But once I got the hang of it, all sort of fell into place and made sense. We're visiting with the Hunter Vanguard. The Vanguards in this area, they all look at your Vanguard reputation. You can see there I've made up to rank 2, so I can pretty much buy anything from him now, and I would need to spend my Vanguard marks. Alright, so you have your Vanguard and Crucible marks, you have your Vanguard and Crucible reputation. Now, the guys who've been visiting in this area, they're all sort of, how would you say, they're kind of like divided into their own specific camps, right? In the game there are 3 main factions, and there are optional factions that you can join. And at the top of the video I was visiting with the guy with the New Monarchy faction, and here right now I'm going to be visiting shortly with the faction heads, the 2 other faction heads, I'm sorry. But before we do that, yeah, here's the Vanguard Quartermaster. I just wanted to show you that he accepts Vanguard marks, and he's looking at your Vanguard reputation. And it has to be at rank 3. So you really have to fulfill 2 conditions to be able to buy anything from the vendors in the tower. Okay, so I was talking about the factions earlier. So there are 3 main factions. There's New Monarchy, there's Dead Orbit, and there's the Future War Cult. And the factions change things up a bit in that you can buy a faction item from one of these faction heads or faction vendors I should say. For the hunter, it's a cloak. For the other classes, they'll have their own specific item. And if you want, you can buy a faction item from any of the factions, even for all three if you wish. And if you equip the faction item, and then you go out and you play the game, all the reputation that you earn, regardless of whether it's Vanguard or Crucible related, will be funneled towards the faction for which you're wearing the cloak for, right? So what this means is that if you like a particular faction's offerings and you want to speed up your progression, you can just equip their faction item, go out and just play the game as usual, and you'll get up to your desired rank with that faction much more quickly. Right. The marks you're earning are still separated. So let's say you join a Future War Cult here, you wear their cloak, and then you go and play a bunch of PvP. You're still just earning Crucible marks. But say you mix it up a bit and you do some patrols, you play some strikes. All the reputation that you get from playing the patrols and the strikes will be funneled towards your faction reputation progression, which would be for Future War Cult in that example. And is there a downside to doing that? Yes. You're kind of limited in your choices. Whereas if you didn't wear any faction item, you could just shop with the Vanguards in the main hall there, or with the Crucible Handler and the Crucible Quartermaster and the Vanguard Quartermaster. So if you didn't join any of the three optional factions, you would actually have a little bit more selection. But your overall progression would be a bit slower because you'd be earning your Vanguard reputation and Crucible reputation separately. But if you were to join up with one of the factions, Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, Future War Cult, all your reputation would be going to one place, but you're kind of locked into what they're offering. So here I try to give you a very quick recap of the kind of like the vendor system, the faction reputation system. It's a little bit confusing, but once you get the hang of it, it's smooth sailing from there. So I hope this was helpful, especially to you newer players in Destiny, and thank you for watching. See you all next time.